All right, Knights of Apollo, welcome back, guys, to Roblox. So this is the Napoleonic mass multiplayer game. We got some exciting news today. I know it's been a long time since the last battle, but they have made some pretty cool improvements to the game. You can see right out of the gate, there are some new spectator improvements where we can see the unit icon here, like what the unit name is and their strength. That is really cool to see. It's like Total War, kind of like when you're looking over a Total War battle, you can kind of see the unit cards or the unit symbols. And it's just crazy to think that this is not just a bunch of like AI. These are all human players. So this time we're not at Waterloo. They have actually made a new map. So this one is inspired by the Battle of Wagram, which happened in Austria in 1809. There's actually a ton of corn on the battlefield, which is going to make things very chaotic and interesting. But Wagram was a French victory, but it was a costly victory. The way this game works, just in case you've forgotten, definitely watch the older battle. I have it linked in the description. I'll explain it more in detail in that video, but I'm sure most of you guys already know. So the way that this works is that the battlefield is broken up into multiple servers, and these servers all interact with each other. So as in the kills, the amount of kills that happen in one part of the battlefield in one server will also add up to what the kills are in a different server. There's 10 different servers, all right? So 10 different servers, and I'll kind of show it right here. This is a list of all the regiments and the different parts of the battlefield where they're going to be fighting. As of right now, so I'm going to show you the 10 different sections. There is extra sections at the bottom, which is considered overflow. So if we look here really quick, if we press tab, you can see, look at this. This is insane. This is insane. There's about 3,000 players. These are all human players, guys. 3,000 players. And the great thing about this game, I know, I get it. Some of you guys are gonna get on here and you're gonna be like, oh, this looks like a little kid game. It looks stupid, you know? Okay, I get it. But try to look past the graphics. Look more of what you can mod in Roblox. Look at the mechanics of the game. Look at the scale of the game. And sure, it doesn't look amazing, but it doesn't look too bad. I mean, these uniforms look pretty sick. And the mechanics are awesome. The teamwork, the, you know, just the group struggle, the massive scale battles, it's unreal. There's nothing like this. There's literally nothing like this. So the way it's going to work, like I said earlier, I'm going to do 5 minutes per section of the map. The battle should be about 50 minutes long. I'm going to go in order that you see the maps listed here. So we're going to start with, I don't even know how to pronounce it. My German is not the greatest, but don't worry. I'll have the map name in the, I'll put it somewhere in the screen here so you know where we are on the battlefield. So a couple things I want to announce before we get started with this battle. There is a new mechanic. It's, I forgot the exact name. I forgot what they're calling it, but essentially it's a mechanic that counters spawn camping. So you can spawn camp in this game, but the way they fixed it is that if you're getting spawn camped, your morale does not go down. So the way morale works in this game is that when you lose morale, it's harder to do things. It's harder to aim. It's harder to melee. Man, these guys are so loud. It's harder to melee. So the way to prevent spawn camping is they make morale infinite, like you don't lose morale, and also you spawn back faster. And that definitely they've done little tests, you know, runs, and it shows to work. It prevents spawn camping. The other thing I want to mention is that Prussia and Russia are still building up their numbers. If you guys are interested in joining this community, which you should, the game is free. Like, it is free. There's no money. That's the other great thing about Roblox. Everybody can get their hands on it as long as they have a computer. But Russia and Prussia, they're building up their numbers. So if you are thinking about joining a regiment, and again, you can join whoever you want. I'm just saying, you know, if you're thinking about joining Russia or Prussia, certainly do it because they're kind of newer groups and they're getting their numbers up. And the last thing I wanted to announce before this battle starts is that this community actually has a very big Asian community where they have events at about 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are someone who lives in Asia and is very interested in this community, definitely take part because they have there's actually really cool. They've got a bunch of Asian nations. I know historically that doesn't make sense, but it is kind of cool to see some. I think they have some Korean regiments. They've got some Chinese regiments based on the Qin dynasty, which you'll see in today's battle. Definitely check out the regiments down below. And again, if you are in the Asian, you know, eastern part of the world, there are big events. I think they had 2,000 players in their last Asian event, which is insane. All right, guys, we are 10 seconds away as the great battle of Wagram is about to go underway. And here we go. The regiments are charging forward. Look at this. So just to remind you guys, we are in the first region of the battlefield, which is Leopold. I think I'm mispronouncing it, but again, I'll have the name of the region at the bottom of the screen. The French are charging forward, and I just really want to quickly say a big thank you to this community as they have been super nice to me and really supportive of my channel, and that is just something that is just I'll always be grateful for. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys will enjoy. If you're in the battle right now, I hope you're enjoying this battle, enjoying the video of the battle. Anyways, we've got the French Guard. This is the Imperial Guard. You can tell by their banners and stuff. They are moving forward. They all have different regimental flags and uniforms and whatnot. It's awesome. So they are taking on a force of British and also a fantasy faction. And Andor is what they go by. So yeah, they're charging forward, and they've already are going to meet. And look at this, forming lines. And the fire, the crackle of guns is already underway. The French over here are actually pushing. Look at this. They're actually pushing straight into their faces as Endor is trying to reorganize. Just get a bird's eye view. And these flags help out so much. You can really tell who's who. Look at this. They are just running straight into a melee. What a chaotic start to this battle. The French are actually backing away. Oh no, they're regrouping. They're regrouping and pushing them. That was an interesting maneuver. Kind of stepped back, went forward, and it looks like they're close to wiping out this regiment. The other regiments are holding, though. We got the, what is this, the Highlanders? Oh, we got the Highlanders over here. They're taking on some French forces. It's a bit of a stalemate, but this is big right here. I think, yeah, see, the French are actually pushing them back. They're pushing them back. That is huge. So yeah, they've taken their flag. They have taken their flag. That was a huge win for the French faction, and you can see they've already got a solid lead here by a couple hundred. Now, just to remind you guys, the way you win this battle is through tickets. Whoever has the least amount of tickets is the loser, and you destroy enemy tickets a couple of ways. One, just by killing the enemy. And then two, by taking their standard. That's a huge boost. Again, if I'm not mistaken, I might be thinking it incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure that is the mechanics of tickets. Getting rid of their standard is huge. Not only do you take away their standard, the standard is the respawn point for these regiments. So if you die, you respawn at the standard. If you take it, I believe they have to respawn at the main spawn and regroup. But the French are just full on pushing these guys back. This is insane. And look at these guys. This is epic. We got the grasshoppers here, the British grasshoppers with the green uniforms. But they were in the corn, but they are in full on rout here. The fog is lifting. Oh, cool. Look, you can see the other sections of the battlefield. You see this? in the sky. That's pretty cool. I don't remember that. So the lines have regrouped. It looks like the coalition has reformed at this road, kind of using this town to regroup. So a great start for the French in this section of the battlefield. They just need to keep it up, but they don't want to get too ahead of themselves. You know, they don't want to fall into a trap, but they can now use the protection of these buildings. Oh yeah, they're dropping numbers here, guys. They're dropping numbers, but look at the tickets go. 2,000 advantage almost now, for a little less, for the French. Ooh, it is getting wild right now. Oh my God, a massive melee brawl. Imagine being one of the players. Look at this guy, he's just chilling. Oh my God. A massive brawl as they try to push them back. Well, guys, we're gonna get a bird's eye view. Unfortunately, we're out of time for this section of the map. If we want to try to cover them all, we're gonna go to the next one. So to do that, I'm just gonna show you how I do it. I press F2. It's like a spectator command, and then if I go to spectate map, and then we go to the next one, which is Breteinlee or whatever. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but we'll go in and we'll check out how the battle is progressing over on this side, in this section of the battlefield. Okay, we're just loading in. The smoke is clearing. And there you have it. Let's see, who do we got here in this section of the map? Oh, there we go. There's the icons. It looks like we got 3rd and 2nd Corps from the French army. What is this, Spanish troops? Looks like we got some Spanish troops, some Scottish troops. And it looks like they are on the run as well. Oh, some guys are on fire. What the heck? He's on fire. I don't know what's going on there. Chaos, just pure chaos. We have stumbled across a very, chaotic situation. They are in full rout, just like their allies in the other map. They need to regroup. It's like they've given up on regiments and now just forming a huge blob of troops. And the French are reorganizing into their lines in the corn. Man, these icons help out so much. They help out so much. We'll get a bird's eye view because this is pretty wild. Oh, nice little flanking push. Actually, whoa, look at this. They've got a huge flank right here around the French, where it almost like they fell back and set a trap for the French. This is not good. This is not good for the French. The French are trying to fight back to back, holding multiple flanks here. Looks like there's some music on this map. I'm gonna go ahead and mute it, just so I can put in my own music. Let's go ahead and zoom out again and just see how this is progressing, how the lines are forming. You can see the French are kind of forming a bit of a U here, constantly falling back. That's probably a good move because, you know, they're trying to get out of that pincer tactic that the coalition is doing. But yeah, the French still have a solid lead here against the coalition. The coalition really needs to figure out something, somehow, to turn this around. So I think the battle's actually 45 minutes long instead of 50. I thought it was 50, so I might have to switch around the battle sections a little bit faster than 5 minutes. Might just give it like 4 minutes and change, you know, change the section of the battlefield. But the French are counter pushing right here. On this would be their left flank. They are counter pushing. They've got some Spanish troops that are isolated here, and they are really experiencing the wrath of the French Empire. Now, meanwhile, over here, the French are just kind of holding on. They're not really pushing. They're just trying to fight in this corn and keep these coalition forces busy, kind of pinned down so they can't get over and support their right flank. But yeah, this is just chaos, pure chaos, and they are just full on retreat. There are French trailing them, trying to kill them with their bayonets. Absolute chaos in this map. So unfortunately, guys, we are already out of time for this section. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Rasdorf. So let's oh, and there's the if we hit tab, you can see all the different players and stuff on this map. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to the next section of the map. All right, already hearing like a trumpet go off. All right, we're in Rasdorf, and again, look at this, just complete chaos. Oh, okay, we got some Italians here. So we actually have the Imperial Guard taking on Italy. And I think Italy's over here just for balancing reasons. Usually they're with the French. But yeah, you can, again, look for the guard, the Imperial Guard symbols here, the iconic Napoleon eagle. And they are chasing down the Italians with the iconic Napoleon eagle. But again, Italy is in mass retreat, reorganizing their lines. It looks like, oh yeah, you see that icon over there? Let's see if I can speed this up here. This icon means, forgot what it means, but it's basically the icon that prevents spawn camping. They can move really fast to get back into the fight, and I think it will disappear once they're up here. So it's kind of cool to see this anti-spawn camping mechanic go in action. But it's still there. It's still there. Interesting. But these lines have formed up. The music, unfortunately, has turned back on. But yeah, these lines have formed up. They formed a nice straight line here. And yeah, both. Okay, so definitely the chaos is kind of simmering down on this side as these troops go at it. This is definitely more typical of the Napoleonic combat, you know, the nice line battles. But I feel like the French have a slight advantage over here, the Imperial Guard. They have a bit of a high ground. They look a little bit more menacing here, but we'll see. I mean, it's hard to tell from this angle. But look at these guys, the old guard. These guys are sick. These troops in action. Oh, men are dropping fairly quickly. Let's go over to the coalition side. See these the Italian boys in action. Italian stallion. Look at these blue uniforms. The French are pushing very hard. Look at this. It almost, yeah, I saw troops kind of shifting over to the left here. The French are pushing hard on their left flank, trying to gain control of it. Oh, these horses! Oh my God, they have horses in the game? Oh, but they get wiped out. Is that Italian horses? That's amazing. I did not know that. They didn't say they were gonna have horses in the game. That was amazing. That was really cool. But the Italians are kind of breaking here on, oh, this is big. Another horse regiment goes in. Really trying to chip away at these men here. Oh man, these horses are working fairly well. But it looks like the French are kind of pulling back from their advance as the Italians are reorganizing their lines. I think they're just gonna try to organize their lines before the Italians do and really just pop off here and just try to get as many kills as possible. But my goodness, the French Empire almost has 10,000 more tickets. I think they have more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They have 11,000 more tickets as this battle goes on. So we're gonna go ahead, guys, and go to the next section of the battle. Where I think we have the third corps of French, the French Empire versus the United Kingdom at Grosshofen. Okay, guys, here we are at Grosshofen, and over here, you know, so far, it just seems like, what is this? What is this? Somebody... Wow, what a Chad right here. Somebody forgot their uniform. They're just going in shirtless. Roblox, guys. It is what it is. This is the classic French versus British matchup here. And I'm just waiting for one of these parts of the one of the sections of this battlefield to where the coalition are winning. But it seems like the French are just destroying right now. I mean, look at this position they have. They've got more troops up in the line. They've got a regiment over on the far right that had some high ground, just opening fire. Oh man, the British uniforms. British uniforms never go out of style, especially the green sharpshooters. But I can tell you what, the French have something to say. Does this guy have a really long... Look at this guy's hair. And he's reloading backwards, and he's got night vision goggles. Oh, God, you gotta love it. You gotta look past it, guys. You just gotta look past it. But yeah, the French, again, just decimating the British forces here. Just utterly decimating them. It looks like they've got this under control. And there's another fight. I didn't even realize this. There's another fight way over here. Holy crap, this is a big battle. This is a big fight here. Look at, and again, the French just continue to push back these coalition forces. And again, the music is going. Yeah, I think the music resets every time I change the section or server of the battlefield. The British look like they're doing a little bit better here as they reformed. Are they going for a charge? No, they're just setting up here, just opening fire. I'm really interested. I would love to play more of this as a soldier, just to kind of understand the mechanics a little bit. Because sometimes I see like players do a certain thing and I don't understand 100% why. But the British are actually making a bold move here, and doing some damage against these French forces. There you go. Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job here. Here we go. The British fight back. The third corps of the French army is in full retreat on this side, but meanwhile, over on this front, it's the opposite. It looks like the French have crossed the river, and now, ooh, I don't know. That might have been costly. The British look like they're doing pretty good here. No, well, it's hard to tell. I think the French still have this under control, even though they crossed the river. I assume crossing the river slows you down a little bit. I'm not sure. But this is looking rough for the British. They are in full-on retreat. They're pretty much on top of this hill now, which I wonder if it would have been better for them to be on top of this hill at the start, at the start of this fight. Just it gives you that high ground. Oh yeah, the French are just full-on routing these British guys. My goodness. And then over on this side, let's just check this side over here. I like how this is like a two-section kind of battle going on. It looks more even, but the French did recover from that British charge. In fact, they're counter-charging this unit over here. What unit is this? The Green Howards, the 19th Green Howards. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, guys, as much as I would love to stay in this section of the map, we are running out of time for Grosshofen. We'll go check out this side really quick. Next, we're going to go to Markgrafneusiedl. I don't know how to pronounce it. My German is not the greatest, that is for sure. So let's go ahead. Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. The British are counter-charging. We'll just stay here a little bit longer. You guys can kind of watch this counter charge as I switch maps here really fast. Okay, it looks like the French kind of recovered there, but here we go. We're moving over to the 5th section. So there's 5 out of 10. This is the 5th section, and again, we spawn into chaos as the players here are just putting up a crazy fight. Oh, that didn't do anything. They're putting up a crazy fight. So what do we got here? It looks like we have Andor. So again, guys, Andor is the fantasy faction. They're like a made-up faction. I like how they have Victorian-style uniforms. I'm gonna be real. No disrespect to this Andor community. You know, I think it's very creative and interesting to have a fantasy faction, but I don't know. I think I would favor like a realistic historical unit, just so you can kind of look up what that unit did and really, you know, get inspired by it. But Andor's doing a pretty good job. They're doing a pretty good job, it looks like. The bad thing is that they only have a bridge behind them. They have no ground to maneuver. They could try to get behind this stone wall and try to hold. They're definitely using this stone wall as well. But the French, this is the 4th Corps. The French look like they are trying to maneuver around a little bit. Oh my God, the chaos. The French are going in with bayonets. They are full in with bayonets. But you can see, if you look at the tickets, it's gotten way out of control. The French have a huge lead against coalition forces. What is up with this guy's hair? Oh my God, please kill it and burn it with fire. But yeah, again, Andor was holding a little bit there, but now it looks like they are falling back. Oh, dude, these little flags are so convenient. It's so easy to tell what's going on. Basically, it's over the standard. Oh, I see the French took the stand. I was like, why is this standard guy charging into the front line? It's because he stole the flag. It's captured. See how it says captured on it? That's cool. Oh yeah, the French are just funneling in against these guys. Oh my God. Absolute funneling in. And they are in full retreat. Full retreat from this bridge. And this is gonna be a crazy bridge battle. Oh my God, burn it with fire, burn it with fire. There's the guy with whatever kind of hair that is. Oh my God, they're trying to put up a little bit of a last stand, but no, they call the retreat again. I would have thought, you know, kind of holding at the bridge might have been the best bet because you can kind of use it as a choke point, but I think there's just too many French. Leave it to the French to charge bravely. I can't even speak. Bravely. Bravely? There we go. Across a bridge against the Austrians. Which, historically, this battle, there was no, like, coalition. I mean, there was other nations involved, but it was mostly France versus Austria. You know, there's other nations under the Austrian banner and French banner. I think there were Saxons, if I'm not mistaken. I think in the actual Battle of Wagram, there were Saxons who wore similar uniforms to the Austrians, and there was a lot of friendly fire with them. But yeah, they are in full-on retreat, guys. This is not good. They are going to reform. It looks like they are. This is near their spawn, it almost looks like. They're going to reform on this hill and try to put up a better fight here. But again, this ticket, the difference in tickets just continue to massively increase. All right, so we are down now to 21 minutes left, or really just under 22 minutes left of this battle. Andor is trying to put up a good fight here. I felt like we joined this fight right at the perfect time. We kind of saw like a very critical moment in this battle where Andor has fallen back from the French. You know, it was a big moment. I think we captured it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, a really good fight here for the French. Again, it just seems like they're dominating on every map. Now, keep in mind, it could be the fact that we just joined at the perfect time where the French are doing well. You know, so that might be the case. And look at this charge. Oh, wait, no, they're just getting point blank. Oh, fire and charge. There they go. Point blank fire, and they're going to go in. They're actually pushing back the French. But unfortunately, guys, we are out of time for this section of the map. The next map is going to be Gerasdorf. So let's go ahead and I'll let you enjoy the battle as I get ready to change maps here. And off to the next map. So this is the 6th section. So remember, there's 10 different sections. This is the 6th section. And, oh, there is a lot of corn here. Lots and lots of corn. So it looks like we have the French on this side. It looks like we got a mix of... Okay, we got 5th Corps. We have... Is this Italians? We got Italians over here. We have Sweden. The Swedes are here. Gotta love their uniforms. The IKEA color, blue and yellow. It's so electric. It's awesome. So let's zoom out. Okay, I see. Yeah, I was like, why is Sweden on the French team? They're not. They're fighting each other. So this section of the map looks like just a chaotic corn battle. The Italians, once again, Italians usually are on the British side, or not the British, the French side. But I think for balancing, they're fighting with the coalition. At least I think that's what they're doing. So this is all 5th Corps. 5th Corps versus Italy and Sweden. That's cool. Oh, big. This is like Antietam over here with the corn. Oh my God. Absolute. It's like European Antietam. But it does look like the French are kind of on the retreat here. It does look like the coalition is doing pretty well. I mean, they've got a lot to do. As you can see, the ticket advantage is greatly in favor of the French. But there's a massive push through this cornfield, and it's just super chaotic. Oh, yeah, look at that. They are just pushing these guys back. Absolutely destroying them. The French are in full retreat. And please bite your tongue with any kind of French retreating joke, all right? We've heard it enough, okay? And yeah, I'm triggered, all right? I hate it. I hate it. It was one war, all right? But anyways, the French are falling back. They're advancing backwards. There's other French units, though, that are in danger of losing their standard. They got to get them out of here. Well, it looks like they're going to be okay. Ooh, those tickets are dropping fast. Look at that. Oof. Some crazy fighting going on right now. So, yeah, it looks like finally, we have the coalition kind of pushing them around. The French, though, I think they're going to reform in this cornfield by the looks of it. Vive la France! You know, it's always cringe when you play with players and, you know, if it's like Napoleonic Wars or whatever, and they're role-playing and they go, Viva la France. Like, what? What, the French Spanish? It's Vive la France. Viva la France! What? I hear it all the time, guys. All the time. I know there's similar languages, but come on. All right, there we go. The French have formed up their new line. Wait. Are they getting attacked by... Oh, that's why it's so confusing. It looks like one of their regiments from the 5th Corps had to fight for the coalition. Or am I seeing that right? Am I seeing this right? Yeah, I think that's the case. I think that's the case. And, oh, they're going to lose their standard. Oh, they lost their standard. They're essentially their teammates, but again, this time they're fighting on the coalition. Again, sometimes you'll have different regiments switch sides for balancing purposes, so both sides have an equal amount of troops. Though I think historically the French outnumbered the Austrians by a good, what was it, like 20,000? Maybe a little bit more. But now the French are moving back forward and they're forming their lines. And no, actually, the coalition is starting to fall back. But I think we've stayed here long enough. We need to go to the next section, which is Aderkla, I think is how you pronounce it. So I'll zoom out here and let you see how this battle progresses as I switch maps. All right, here we go. Switching over to the next part of the battlefield. So we've got Austria versus Third Corps of the French army. We'll see how this is playing out. Looks like Austria has a couple regiments just now spawning in. There we go. Look at these Austrian flags. So simple, but so bold. The black and almost like a mustard yellow. And there we go. It looks like, well, based on what we can see here, it looks like a lot of units are spawning from the main spawn. So maybe Austria had some difficulty here against the Third Corps of the French. Again, fighting in the corn. Troops holding up in the graveyard using the stone wall. This is actually a really good position. The ticket difference is not getting any better for the coalition. The Austrians trying to reform here. If you get a bird's eye view, they're kind of split in two. Looks like they're actually they're not really split, but they're just pushing really aggressively on their left flank, and the right flank is just it's kind of like a seesaw here. They're just kind of falling back. It's like a fold where the Austrians are falling back and this side is pushing in. This might actually work for the Austrians. It's just complete chaos here. I will say this about this game. I do wish there was less melee. You know, I do wish there was a little bit more of line battles instead of mass melee. I think it's just the nature of the game, though. There's so many players and it's very chaotic. But they tend to push a little bit and then form lines. You know what I mean? So, and there we go. The French are being pushed back a little bit. Just a little bit. It's pretty cool, too. In this Austrian army, they've got regiments from like every part of the Austrian Empire. They've got Hungarians, they have Polish, they have Czech, they have Austrian. Das Vaterland. And they're constantly pushing these guys back, pushing them back. So it's just a big counter push by the Austrians. So it looks like they were struggling, but they're definitely turning this around. Uh-oh. Did they steal the flag? No, they have not, but it's close. Oh, they're going to capture it. The Austrians are going to capture. That's going to be huge. Oh, he's getting away. He's getting away. And look, it's so cool. You can see the strength of the regiment. The Austrians definitely need to go for this standard right here. Yes, they've got it. It's been captured. That's huge. That is huge. They need more of that. Remember, guys, you get more tickets. I assume you take away more tickets when you take the enemy's standard. Because taking away the standard essentially means you've completely eradicated the unit. And they have to respawn over at the main spawn. If you keep doing that, you're going to be looking pretty good. Now, these battles, think of them as battles of attrition, essentially. That's why they always seem to be going on. You know, there's always big number of troops fighting each other. Because what's going on is that every time you die, you respawn on the flag. So it's really the side that can start taking away flags is the side that's going to win, essentially. I know that's pretty obvious. Like, pretty obvious John Madden commentary here, but it is important. And the Austrians continue to push here. Keep on pushing. All right, so as much as I would love to sit here and watch this epic fight, because the coalition, the Austrian forces are doing very well here, we do have to switch to the next map because we are down to 11 minutes, and there are 3 more sections of the map that I want to check out. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'll just zoom out so you can see how this plays out as I change maps. I'm an idiot. It takes me a while. So this is Deutsche-Wagram. And in this one, we have Naples and US. We have the United States here. That's cool. So there's a US regiment. So Naples, US against 2nd Corps. We'll zoom out here. There's also some British troops as well. So this is, okay, let's zoom out and I'll kind of explain what's going on here. So the British and it looks like Naples, they are getting flanked a little bit by a single regiment. The rest of the fighting looks like it's happening over on this side. There's a big melee, but I think Naples is going to get pushed back. I'm looking for American flags here. Since the US is here, I don't see them though. I think it's a very small group of guys. There we go. They're pushing up. That's the other regiment we missed. There's a Qin Dynasty regiment in the game that was actually in the 2nd map. I didn't see them, but yeah. Shout out to the Qin Dynasty regiment. They have like it's pretty cool. They have like a dragon flag with kind of like that Chinese armor style. It's pretty interesting. But this has been a chaotic battle. It looks like a chaotic battle around this river as the French are kind of gaining control of the river and pushing the coalition back a little bit. Oh, we got some Irish. Oh yeah, the Irish are here. That's cool. They're even speaking Irish or Gaelic or whatever. And there's another one. Oh, hell yeah. So they are pushing back the Naples here. They're pushing them back. They are in full retreat. There are French units, though, pursuing them. Yeah, there's French units pursuing them. Another thing, guys, if you're kind of confused who's against who, just keep a little note. The blue, if you look at the symbol, there's like a blue ring. That just means like French side, and then the yellow orangish ring, that is the coalition side. Keep that in mind. But yeah, it's like the French here have them kind of pinned down in the center, and then over on the left, they're kind of pushing really hard with bayonets. And there's a ton of Irish regiments here. It's so awesome. So the tickets, there's about a 20,000 difference in tickets. Let's see, what do we got for these units, the British units here? Who are these guys? Wait, I can't see their, what's right here? Royal Sheeps? That's cool. All right, so it's looking, are these Prussians? I don't know. But yeah, it looks like the French have pushed them up on this hill. Again, unfortunately, we are out of time because we need to go to the next section. We have 7 minutes left in this battle. It is going to be Baumersdorf. Here we go. So this will be the second to last part of the map. So crazy to think that there's over 3,000 players right now battling it out. All right, so who do we have here? Oh, my bad. I am an idiot, guys. All right, I'm gonna have to make some kind of correction. This is the side. The last one was between, it was Prussia. I don't know why I thought it was Naples. It was Prussia. We got the Americans here, yeah. And I'm proud to be an American, or at least I can fight the French. Yeah, so it looks, okay, this is Naples and US versus, I believe, who is this, First Corps? Yeah, this is First Corps of the French army. That's my bad. I was like, these guys look Prussian. I was looking at the wrong thing. So I was like, where are the Americans? I want to see them. God damn, they're sexy. It's nice to hear some English, right? Some proper English, not like the British English, you know, the improper. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So first corps, okay, this is a bit of a scattered battle. It looks like first corps here, one of these regiments, the second regiment of Fusiliers, they're chasing down Naples. Naples makes an epic stand here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And it looks like they're going in. And look at this conquistador. There's a conquistador on the battlefield. Look, he's got a big smile on his face as he's, oh, he dies. Okay. Oof. All right, so there you go. Back over this side. It's a little wild over here. It's just chaos. The U.S. is kind of advancing backwards because they are on the verge of losing. Don't you lose that flag. You keep that flag up. There you go. It looks like the French are kind of controlling this battlefield, but yeah, again, my biggest thing about this game, I would say, is more line battles. I would love to see more line battles. It would be kind of interesting to see some kind of mechanic to try to help do that, like prevent mass charging. Like maybe I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a game developer, but I'm thinking of like maybe you have to like load up for a charge, you know, or I don't know. I don't think that could work. I'm just spitting stuff out, but actually looks like the French are falling back. I think it's because they pushed them all the way to their spawn and they don't want to deal with the advantage the spawn troops get. So yeah, first corps is regrouping. They're gonna have the advantage of this river. The U.S. is trailing them right behind them, and they're gonna keep pushing with Naples here. There we go. We're just gonna keep opening fire. Fantastic. Let's see. I want to see more of this stuff. More line battles. Nice. Looks like they're falling back a little bit to regroup. So we only got a little over 3 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the last section of the map as we get closer to the end here. So let's do that now. Spectate, and then the final one is Salzingwald. Okay, the last section of the battlefield, and the troops are already going at it. You can see there's almost a 30,000 ticket advantage. In this one, we have Russia, we have First Corps, the other part of First Corps for the French, and who's the other one? Russia and, oh hey, here they are. This is them, the Qin Dynasty. They are attacking Charlie. You guys ever play Rising Storm 2 Vietnam? Whenever you play as the North Vietnamese, they are attacking Charlie. It's so bad. Like, it'd be better. I mean, I get why they have it, so they like communicate to English players, like, you know, people who speak English, like, oh, they're attacking Charlie. But it's just the like Vietnamese accent is borderline racist. They're attacking Charlie. Oh man, it's so good. But anyway, it's funny. It's not good. Anyways, yeah, we even have some French, it looks like, on this side just to balance it out. But you can see that Russia, Prussia definitely needs some numbers. You know, coalition side always could use some more troops. But yeah, this is an epic little fight here. I'm more watching this Qin Dynasty here. Look at the dragon. This is exactly what I was talking about. And now the French are actually falling back. They're like, who are these mercenaries? And the coalition's so desperate for victory, they've hired soldiers from the Qin Dynasty. But it does look like the French are doing pretty well here. One thing I haven't really been paying attention to is the strength numbers for the regiments. It helps you kind of visualize who's winning. You can see the French are, or the coalition side, their strengths are pretty good. There's three regiments versus their two. The problem is the regiments are different sizes, so their strength could be different. Even though they're both full strength, it still could be a vast difference because of the number of troops here. But we are down to the last minute of this event. And yeah, it's been quite the battle, guys. But I think this has been a dominating display by the French Empire. Rightfully so. No, I'm just kidding. I think the French, they won this battle. I mentioned that before. They won the battle, but they actually took more casualties than the Austrians. The Austrians did retreat, but the French were so beaten up they could not pursue. But eventually the French met the army again and beat them. But yeah, there we go. Big retreat here by the Qin dynasty as they're falling back to their own spawn. So it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see this community grow. And I really hope you guys give this game a chance. I know, like, some of you guys might be a little bit older, you know, maybe you're in like mid to late 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, and your dignity will not let you install Roblox, you know, your own integrity, you know, like, I'm not going to install Roblox, but I'm just saying, let that go, okay? Let that go for a second and just give it a try. Give it a try because these mechanics are awesome. Here we go, down to the last 35 seconds. Mass charge from both sides. And the tickets have only gotten worse, man. They've only gotten worse for the coalition. But this was a great fight by both respected armies, by all the regiments. Nothing to be ashamed of if you lost. You fought like lions, and it was an epic battle to watch. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this fight as much as I did. Please check out this game. Join a regiment. More specifically, look into, you know, the coalition side of things. France is like super strong in this community. Not to say if you want to go France, go for it. I don't want to take recruits away from the French. I'm just saying if you're undecided, maybe go for the coalition. Russia and Prussia, they need some help. But there you have it, guys. That is the battle. I think we're going to get an end results here pretty soon. Yeah. French victory. The French won by 31,497 points. It was a decisive victory for the French here today, but I will certainly try to get more battles of this game onto my channel. This is so every once a month they have a huge community event. The battles aren't always this big. I mean, it would be great if we could eventually get to that where every single battle is this big. But about once a month they do these big community battles. I definitely need to record every single one of these community battles because they are so much fun to watch. And it's just cool to see all the actual players go at it. But I also am going to record some of the smaller battles. I'm going to try to shoot for like once a week. Once a week, get a battle in this game for you guys to enjoy and give, you know, special shout outs to different regiments and stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.